back again with another installment of the Higher Things Club. It's me, Johnny Green. Today we're going to be looking at this Focus V Carta 2. I've had my eye on this for not a long time now, but ever since I heard of it. I was at a dispensary, one of my preferred dispensaries, and the bud tender was like, "Hey, you're that guy with that show?" And I was like, "I'm one of like 9 trillion people with a show, but yes, I do have a show." And he very much wanted me to review this, so with no further ado, let's dive into it. First, we'll take a look at the box, get a hint at some of the functionality right there. Looks like it's got some LED lightage going on this side of the box. If you want to find out more, share your photos, you can do it right there. This around, just more kind of about the same. You got the bottom there. Alright, so set that there, flip it up. Ooh, that looks super cool. Usually when I flip these open, and if you follow the show, you know this, there's like a foam pad right here and stuff is just kind of stuffed in there. And then you have to lug this huge box around. Not in this case. You got like your own like little backpack action going on there. Put it right there, walk around however you want, get some strappage going on here. I think that's pretty fantastic. Let's set this here, because tucked in here is this info. So we got the Focus V. Congratulations indeed. Quick start guide. I always appreciate it when there's a quick start guide. Don't get me wrong, I like to go do the deeper dive, of course, but sometimes you just want to get high really fast. So that's definitely very appreciated. We'll look at that here in a minute. Set that one there, and then again, the user manual for when you want to do a deeper dive. Get all up in its business. Set this open. See what's inside. Look at that. That is awesome. I remember back in the day that we would just like have backpacks that we'd shove a bunch of dividers in, usually like some cardboard or something to hold all of our pieces in. This like really takes me back to that day, but in a much more improved way. Set that right in there like so. So of course you got the unit itself, which is like perfectly sized, I would say. A lot of these ones out there that are super huge, which, you know, if you're at home isn't a problem, but when you're on the go, it is a problem. Or they're like little tiny ones, and while they're like convenient to get a little bit of a hit, I want to ride the higher high. In this case, this one looks, you know, really, really well sized. Up here, you got the charger cord, and that's a much better charger cord than usual. Whenever they put that fabric around it, it lasts much longer. You got your strap here for when you want to get your backpack functionality on. A whole tub of swabs, 30 of them. That's appreciated. And I like when the swabs, you have the kind of rounded tip, but then you have the kind of bulleted tip when you really need to get in them crevices and wiggle it around. Alcohol wipes, which whereas these swabs seem to be more and more common with devices, I very rarely, if ever, see wipes. So you get kind of the full setup here. Get some various gaskets going on there. That's it. That's everything that's in there. Oh, no, I take that back. The tool. It's a different looking tool than the ones I'm used to. Let's open it up and just take a look at that right now. Yeah, it's got this kind of flatter action, little finger holder, and the scoopage. I know that it provides a lot more functionality, but it's definitely cooler looking than the average tool. For folks that watch this show, you already know what I'm going to do next. I'm going to throw this thing on the charger, and we're going to look through the manual. Alright, I threw that on the charger, and it came out the box at 75%. One thing that's really cool, I can already tell right now from it charging over here, it has that LED screen that tells you exactly where you're at. There's a lot of devices you plug it in and basically just go smoke weed the old Flintstone fashioned way for however long and come back and hope that a light has changed. This one tells you exactly where you're at. So I gotta go from 75% to 100%. For now, we'll take a look at this quick guide. You got your temp ranges there. Got a lot of the display items that you're gonna be looking for. I'm gonna set the temperature time, current temperature, battery life, timer, cycles count, detected atomizer, currently presets selected. And here you got your button pressing, right? On off, 5 clicks, temperature up and down, pretty self-explanatory. You got time adjust, the LED preset, the session preset, 2 clicks to start the session, 2 clicks to, oh that's cool, 2 clicks during the countdown to add 10 seconds, right? I've had that before where like I'm on party mode and I'm like, man, I wish that party mode would have lasted a little bit longer. Well, now you can. And of course, if you want to cancel the session because you extended it and then realize you bit off more than you can chew and now you're coughing everywhere, you can lock the screen and unlock the screen. Bluetooth, wireless charging, super cool. Got the unit all charged up to 100%. I got my hoodie taken off because I am predicting some dab sweats in my near future. But before we turn this thing on, let's take a bigger look at this. So obviously got the base of it. I want to pull this off so that we can take a look in there. This is kind of like just like a silicone, I don't know, blocker, warmer upper. Here Here's this popped off. It's not threaded. This pops down in here. You can see there's a hole there. So I'm assuming this is going to have a little bit of water in it. It fits in here, nice suction cupish in there. And then down below here, you're going to start getting some vapor buildup. It's going to go through this hole, go through here, diffuse a little bit into your mouth hole. I think that's super interesting. I've reviewed a lot of gadgets on this channel, and I've never seen one that quite has this design going on in there. You see right there's the hole. Kind of an interesting thing. Let's pull this atomizer off of here. You can see the threadage right there. This atomizer, pop it open. It's got a little warning in there for you. Hot when in use. Pull that thingy out of there. Toss that to the side. That's a pretty deep atomizer right there. You're going to be able to put a lot of stuff in there, more than I typically see in other ones, that's for sure. This little guy pops out. If you want more air flowage, snaps right in place like so. All right. Twist it back in place right there. Put about that much water in there. I wasn't exactly sure how much to put in there, but I always like to give it a dry pull. Bubbling and whistling seems to be good. 5 clicks to turn it on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See the screen there. See your little dashboard. You can see 100% of the battery. You got temperature, duration, all the stuff you'd want to know about. You see that light right there? It's pulsing. That's super cool. Let's turn this off for a second. That's a cool little light show just to have, while you're not smoking pot. But of course, if you are smoking pot, it's that much better. Today we're going to go with the Northern Godbud from our friends at Entourage Cannabis, one of my favorite concentrate makers here. Well, not just here in the state of Oregon, but anywhere really. You can already see I've been attacking that. I'm going to attack a little bit more right now. So as far as how much to put in there, if you watch this show, then you know I'm a big fan of less is more. Doing the atomizer there. I don't pack it in. Like I said, this atomizer is really deep, so you're going to be able to put more in there than the average, but I'll go with that for now, just to kind of see what we're dealing with. 2 clicks to start the party session. One thing I should have probably said is I already went through one dry run with this. I always want to do one dry run to get anything kind of funky out of there. See, it's starting to shoot out the top now, so now is the time to get in there. That was definitely a super monster hit, bigger than I was expecting. As I was looking down, I don't think that I was able to properly gauge how much buildup was going on there and what have you, but it rocked my frickin' melon something fierce, but at the same time, the recovery on it was super quick. And the flavor that came through, I've consumed this Godbud out of a handful of things, and none of them conveyed the flavor as much as this Carta 2 right here. But as folks that watch this show know, I got to do it again just to be sure. So that second hit was a little bit smaller because there wasn't as much dabs in there, but one thing I want to show folks is look at this thing right here. When you hit the double button, with a lot of devices, you just sit there and wait. If you watch the show, I kind of wait for some plume clouds to come out of there, start diving in. This one leaves no guessing whatsoever. You can see that the atomizer is cooling down as we speak, just the same as if I hit this button 2 times and it goes to session mode, it's going to go up. Put a little bit more in there. Let's go for round 3. Right there, you can see it's ready, 480 degrees. Pulled on a little bit gentler that time. I learned my lesson. Hit that button right there, start cooling it down. While it's in that session mode, you press it twice and it starts, going for it. If you're getting towards the end of the cycle, you can tap it 2 more times to keep the party going. I don't know that I've seen that in really any other device. This Carta 2 is super awesome. I love the design. It's not too big, it's not too small, it's just right. This screen functionality is something else. I've barely scraped the surface on what I could possibly do with this Carta 2, and so expect additional videos coming in the future, a la carte functionality and cleaning and things of that nature. But now for the big question, how much does it cost? This Focus V Carta 2 is $350 and it is worth every single penny. It's built like a tank. It's a super smart device. The hits are silky smooth, but also sizable, which you don't always get from both of them. I really like this light design. It just keeps changing colors. It's kind of hard to probably see on my camera. You see it a little bit there. Super awesome device though. I can't say enough good things about it. It's going to give you the most out of your dabs. There's a lot of devices out there that they don't quite have the same functionality. They have some of the functionality, but it costs a lot more. For this much functionality, for this price, I don't think you're going to find anything better out there. This thing's going to be my new best friend. I'm off to go write some articles. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. As always, thank you so much for supporting the Higher Things Club.